Hello everyone! In Dragonflight, they gave us max level events in the form of following Yes Chef and cooking some meals, or following the centaur around on their hunts. This is going to flow over into the World Within, with different events in the different zones. For the Isle of Dorn, we get to help out with performing a play. For testing, it takes place every 10 minutes. On live, this is going to be every hour. The stage manager will ask us to do different little jobs to set up for the play. So think paint some of the props, or clean up, or provide alcohol and then subdue those that had a little bit too much to drink. This will fill up our audience approval bar, which at the end is going to determine our rewards. Eventually, they'll call us to take our spot in the center and tell a story, play out a play. Obviously, the stories are a little bit over the top and robotic, yet they do give some neat little insights into the history of the island and the Earthen themselves. So I decided to camp this spot, check out all of their plays. Here we go, Wanderer Ida and the Escape of the Isles.
Lands beyond Khazalgar, call to me. I will build a sturdy ship and sail to meet them. The storms and waves rage and beat me back. Will I never make it away from the isle? Ah! Kelp rises from the deep. I cannot let it damage the ship. I have reached the shore beyond, but who are these strange creatures? Why are you attacking me? Oh no, I should never have left home. I must sail home. These outlanders are too dangerous. I see the wisdom in our directives. They were protecting us from the Outlanders. I will follow a different path.
The moral of the story is stay home and follow the Titan's edicts. But this does confirm, and by confirm I mean keep in mind these are plays, but let's run with it. It does confirm that the storms were surrounding Khazalgar, which made travel to and from incredibly difficult. Adding new landmasses always comes with the question, where did it come from? In the past, we've had emperors sacrifice themselves to create magical mists. We've recently seen the Dragon Isles with machinery that was able to cloak them. Explanations can be given, they just do need to be explained. But I was curious why the Earthen that stepped away from the edicts of the Titans, why they would still remain on the island. And this gives another reason to it. There was an impassable storm. Did the storm only surround this island? Or was there like a massive wall in the middle of the ocean, separating us from the other side of Azeroth? Obviously, that would make you wonder about globes or seeing Azeroth from space. How come we don't really have many reports about an unpassable storm? What about flying over the storm with, space machines, but all that good stuff? There could be some explaining done there. But personally, I would find it very worth it to make such an adjustment, to open up the idea on a whole different side of the planet. That way, we have more to explore, but that's personal taste. All the same, there could have just been a more localized storm around this part which kept it hidden. The Arafi of Hollowfall also made mention of braving the storming sea and its impassable tempests. Someone in chat made a comment that perhaps it was Razagev's death which caused the storms to disappear, which honestly kinda sounds brilliant to me. And then we also have the tragedy of Erenefria, which also speaks about staying home and not braving the storms. Where's my audio? Oh, there it is. My fused, all of Gundaga showers us in your favorite flowers.
Oh, Claudgrin, they're all so beautiful. I love you.
Love? What is this love? Ah! We have no time for that. Archive your memories.
No, my memories. Claudgrin, my fused.
How could this be? Brunelda, you have to remember me. See? I have your favorite flowers.
Task in progress. Must maintain efficiency, but I register the flowers as beautiful. Claudgrin? Claudgrin, it's you.
No, our efficiency will drop 40% if this love virus spreads. Your memories must be purged.
My fused Gundergaz stands with us.
They do. And in time, I hope they understand and have a fused all their own.
Gundergaz is the city of the ringing deeps, and this play once again touches on the concept of what defines a soul. Emotions. What exactly are they putting inside of the Earthen to have them function and perform their duties? I've gone into much greater detail in my video about the Earthen and the Curse of Flesh, but we gotta wonder where this love virus comes from. Where do, in essence, robotic beings created with one purpose in mind, where did they get their emotions from, build these bonds, connect memories to smell and sight? The process of having to clear out your memories and reaffirming your connection to the edicts of the Titans, their original programming and planning, it must have been horrible in the course of building up these connections. Imagine having a century-long friendship or love or kinship with someone only for them to show up for work one day and just not remember you. And yet in this play, they do show that core memories, connections through the hearts, they can't simply be erased by a machine. Interesting. And of course, some going above and beyond to stick with what they think the Titans would have wanted, maximum proficiency and performing their duty. Yet, if there is no outside influence that has changed their being, and if this is how the Titans and their keepers originally created them, would that not mean that it was their intent for their creations to know love, to know friendships and bonds? If they just wanted servants, then why give them emotions, the ability to grow bonds and friendships? Something to consider. Now, speaking of going above and beyond for what they believe the Titans would have wanted, here's play number 3. Behold, beloved Earthen, I have generally provided you with a leader, Dornick.
I am Watcher Dornick. Under my leadership, the Earthen shall reach their full potential. I command you to celebrate my arrival.
Eat as much food, drink as many drinks as you can, dance all night. Drink.
Now that the Keeper is gone, get to work, you blockheads! I decree that you shall triple your production rates, or I will punch you down the core way. Mwahaha!
What is this? What is he doing? Dornick's brutality knows no bounds. I've made a terrible mistake. Rise up, my children. You have my permission to rebel against your cruel watcher.
Traitorous Keeper! Wretched Earthen! You will all regret this! I've been struck! I cannot move!
Drag Dorn away from the Azeroth forever. Well done, my beloved Earthen. I promise to never leave you with such a tyrannical master again. Now, drag his husk from this place.
You will regret this, Earthen. My sister Galan will strike you all down.
Do not worry, my Stoneborn children. You will never have a cruel master ever again. You are my bedrock. You are my foundation. You are my beloved Earthen. Keeper Arcadis is a quite well-known keeper. You might remember disabling them within Uldaman. Empowered by the Titan Kaskarov, Shaper and Forger of Worlds, Arcadis fought with the other keepers against the Black Empire and brought order to the worlds. Here we find out that the Isle of Dorn was not always unreachable. It was accessible as the keepers placed Dornick in charge and made multiple trips. Dornick seems to have a mean and egotistical personality, as the Isle of Dorn is presumably named after him, and he treated the Earthen poorly, until they were given permission to rise up, once again affirming how powerful those edicts, how powerful their programming within really is. Dornick was not killed, but sent packing through a portal away from Azeroth forever, so who knows where they might have ended up. He warns them about his sister Galan, that will strike them all down. So I asked around if anyone had heard about Galan before, maybe a fallen Titan forge somewhere, or a tablet, and wouldn't you know it, Queen Ishura came to the rescue. There is mention of Galan underneath the water. I, Watcher Galan, erect this monument to forever be a warning. The Earthen shall know the wrath of the Titans if they defy their will again. From this day forward, they will be bound more tightly to my will and that of our Titan overlords. If they again defy us, or the Titans no longer require their aid, they will be forcefully deactivated with extreme prejudice, such is my will, such is the will of the Titans. This little monument is underneath the water. Was this always the case, or is it a piece of land reclaimed by the sea? You could ask why Galan was able to carry on, whereas Arcadis took direct action against her brother, but it can be explained by either having Galan responsible for hiding the isle away, or by simply following Arcadis' story, who would be called upon by Keeper Tyr, have to run away from Loken and Ulduar, eventually end up inside of Uldaman. So perhaps during this time period he was simply too busy with his own ordeals to still take care of his beloved Earthen. That does leave questions, like did Galan adjust more of the Titan machinery? Like what do we see happen on the Isle that was truly the intention of the Titans and Arcadis? And what exactly has Galan adjusted? Where's Galan right now? I don't think we found her as of yet. If you are testing Alpha and you got some information on this, by all means, please let us know. So they did get rid of Dornick eventually, but his rule was not instantly over. And while in charge...
Our fans cheer for us, General Audemars. We are the ward's top generals. Generals, we have calculated that we only need one of you. Decide amongst yourselves who will be decommissioned. It is just you and me, Audemars, the last two generals. We have surpassed so many Earthen to be here.
And I must surpass only one more, Emmerich, to be the best and the last.
I will be the last general. I am far stronger than you, Audemars. I will prove it. That cleaves it. I will make sure you are deactivated.
I might have worked with you, Emmerich, but I am your better.
Audemars, you are the last remaining general. You will lead the Earthen forces from now on.
Friends pitched against friends, all for the sake of proficiency, and perhaps a little bit for Dornick's own entertainment. The Earthen were trying to prove themselves to their creators, to their gods, prove that they were worthy of life. A general means that they had forces to defend themselves and threats to overcome. For example, they had been fighting with the Nerubians for centuries, and many have gone the journey that we're doing right now. There have been those before us that ventured deeper into Azeroth. And now we begin our play to honor the Traegar, heroes lost to time but not forgotten. To becoming a Traegar, good luck finding the source of the call. I'm worried about them. Isn't this too dangerous?
Now we venture into the ringing deeps. The machine speakers will neither help nor hinder us.
These kobolds cannot keep us from our mission. We must press on. Keep marching, Irvin.
The canyons in Hollowfall are getting darker, but the song is getting stronger. We must light the way. I must heed the call, whether it be the Titans or something. Ahem! I said we are all slain.
And that's the fate of this Traegar, heeding the call from the Titans or something else. They got slain by the Nerubians down below. They've used Traegar to describe Magni Bronzebeard as well, but he calls it superstition, so maybe it's a different term for Speaker of Azeroth or something. I thought that Warp Within was the first time that we heard about this, but I recently checked out Exploring Azeroth Northrend, and there they've got the Oracles of Northrend use the term as well. A strange word that we took to be Titan in origin. They also have a section in the capital called Traegar's Rest with a memorial plaque right now, which is not clickable, but I imagine that this is to honor all the Traegar that followed the voice down below and never came back up. Down through the ringing deeps into Hollowfall, where in the play they need to light their own lanterns because the canyons are getting darker and darker. Is this just because they're going so low, so deep that the light of the crystal can no longer reach them? Or did the crystal not exist and only arrive later? Or was it already darkening back in the day? The Arathi, they tell us that the crystal, it started to turn dark around the time that Sargeras stabbed the world, so the end of Legion. However, the Arathi have not been here all the time. They've arrived 15 years ago. Who knows what state the crystal was before. And then, following some mysterious voice, these Earthen, they find the demise before they reach the bottom of the Coreway. The Earthen's job is to maintain the Coreway. When did the Nerubians move in and take over? How long has whatever lies at the end of the Coreway been left alone? Where did the Coreway come from to begin with? What kind of anomaly pushed Arcadis to set up these Earthen and this whole system of maintaining all of this? There's still a bunch of lore waiting to be discovered. But these plays, they added some nice little details to consider, and honestly, it's kind of a nice event to do as well. I imagine it's going to be very similarly received like the cooking event. Right then, with that, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I'm gonna go eat some soup and be a little bit more sick. As always, subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time, see ya!